Hello and welcome back to IRS and welcome back to another race weekend with Tier 2. It's round 2 here in Austria and it's a wet qualifying session that is underway. 18 minutes in the wet. Some drivers on the wet tyres, Outlaw and Burb already switched into the inters. So round 2 of the season here in Austria. Burb winning round 1 in Silverstone, taking 30 points. Sick Pig and Tony getting their debut maiden podiums in IRS. 12 drivers here today. Championship leader Burb in the Williams on his own. Sick Pig, Tino Tiberian in the Alpines. Got Kentrum solo in the McLaren. Aston Martin solo of Tony. Outlaw's got his teammate today of Lone Wolf. We got Randro making a debut for the Ferrari, lining up against RSW44, who's unfortunately not here due to a family member passing away, so sending our condolences to him and hope to see him at racing soon. We got two Mercedes, DMS Racing, Jage Parker moving down from Tier 1 into Tier 2, just Picky in the Haas, and then a very big welcome back to admin Pepper Slick, who has not been driving for the last 2 games and has not appeared in an IRS race for a very long time, so a big welcome back to Pepper Slick, who's racing as a full-time driver in the kick today. First driver to set a lap then will be Tino Tiberian in the Alpine. Looked very good last week until he had a few incidents, a few spins. He was very quick on this game in the time trial, the fastest driver in the IRS server, followed by Jesse, Ghost, and then me. That's the top 4 in time trial, so this man is very quick around Austria. Is he quick in the wet? We're about to find out. 17.8 for Sector 1. For 16.0 in the dry, so obviously we're going to have a big difference there as we head down the hill into Sector 2. Brakes a bit deep there, runs a bit wide. Rear tyres, no traction, absolutely lighting up. This is the first lap though. The track will become better, hopefully. 52.1. Tino Tiberian then, as we wait for drivers behind to also start flying laps. Pepper, DMS Racing and Just Picky, only drivers not come out as of yet. As Tino Tiberian crosses the line and starts us off with a 16.1. We got Outlaw starting a lap, Lone Wolf also starting a lap. We got Burb coming into Sector 3, championship leader. Finally won a race after a very long time in IRS and validates. Was looking pretty strong there as well. Let's see what he does crossing the line. Would have been 15.7, which would have been provisional pole. We got a Sick Pig up next. Or is it Tony? Sorry, we got Tony across the line for a 118.1. Sick Pig. 17.8 Kentrum. What can he do in the McLaren? 19.5. And we've got Jage Parker in the Mercedes. Didn't feel too competitive in Tier 1, so this is probably better for him. P4 as of right now. Ferrari of Randra 118.8 puts himself P4. Let's have a look at the 2 race symbols. We've got Lone Wolf behind his teammate Outlaw, who we know is quick in the wet. He's on the intermediates. There's a lot of rain coming down, but Outlaw currently on the inters. Is he quickest? Yes, he is at 15.9. Can never count this man out. Whole position in the wet. currently out there on the lap. Burb's invalidated again. We'll stick on board with him, see what we can do. We've got Pepper also coming out of the pits for the first time in a very long time in his first qualifying session of the season 12 season. Rain really from Pepper on the track. As I think Burb's actually back. Is Burb backed off? Or was I just really slow into that corner there? He's applying the battery. Currently P9, no time set. We're unsure what the race is going to be like. If it'll be wet in the race or dry. A lot more drivers now switching over to the intermediates. 51.8. Bird looking very quick here. Currently ahead of Outlaw's time, who improves to a 15.5 on the inters. So is it time to switch over to the inters? Can Bird finally get a lap in? Yes, he can. He's going to cross the line and do a 15.2. Take it away from Outlaw. Let's go on board with Pepper. Not to put him under any pressure. Hasn't used any battery into sector 1. These two big straights are definitely where you want to use the battery here. I'm not sure what's just happened there, but I've had a massive lag on my screen, and Pepper's gone through that corner twice. Still quite a bit of a lag in from Pepper there. Not sure if his Wi-Fi is up to scratch or not, but he's got Burb not too far behind him on an in-lap. We might be preparing for another one actually. Jay's Parker now moving up to P3 there, 16.1 on the inters. So top 3 all of the inters, just Picky, 16.5. For some reason they're showing Pepper off the track, even though he just went through that section completely fine. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Bit of weirdness going on Pepper's screen there. DMS Racing, 53.1 in the Mercedes. I think he finished P6 in Silverstone, which is a very good result for him in the first round of the season. Out the final corner, runs a bit wide, that's an evaluation. No time set. Another driver not to set a time at the moment is Lone Wolf. Pepper done a 127.6. You might want to switch over to those inters, but I think they are a bit better. Everyone in the top 5 now on inters. Teammate to Bearing also boxing for a set of inters. Randra out of the final corner, he does a 17.3. Stays a 17.3, P6 for him. It's Kurt, invite please. As we go on board with Lone Wolves, 52.1 through sector 2, so looking pretty decent. He's right out there at the moment. Can he finish his final sector off strong? Takes a lot of curve there, which probably cost him a bit of time. Up to the line we go with the racing ball. FP3 just behind his teammate. TMS Racing on the inters. Pepper's into the pits. He might be thinking about inters as well. Kentram's 8 temps up in sector 1. We've invited Kurt, so hopefully he can get in. .7 seconds for Kentram here. He's just improved there. I think that was Sick Pig moving up to P4 with a 16.0 on a set of wets. Kentram currently 10th position, which would be some good points. 16.4 for Randro there. 16.9 for Kentram, and we've got P9. Got 13 drivers now here. We want to see more though. Tier 1 has been 19, 20 drivers in the first round. Tier 2, in the second round, and winning 13 drivers. Here comes Burb, currently pole position, like just under 3 tenths. Can we make that gap any bigger? We do have Outlaw on the lap as well actually. Let's go aboard with Outlaw. 10th and a half up into sector 1. See if you can snatch away that pole position from Burb, who's already got 1 this season. 5 tenths up for Outlaw. Burb's just over a 10th and a half up as well in sector 1. Both pushing on here. Outlaw into the final corner. Can he get a good exit? Still got loads of battery to use as well, to be fair, so Outlaw could be going a lot quicker. 14.7, big improvement. Burb's only 4 tenths up. Tino Tiberian at 13.9 out of nowhere there. Absolutely smashing that part. What's Burb doing? Runs wide, it's in the validation. Just overcooked it. It's a 14.5. Would have put in P2. Stays P3 for now. Jeez, Parker. 10th up into sector 1. That's probably the trickiest corner there. That second corner up the hill into the right hander before we hit the DRS usually, but it's going to have to be ERS only, as James Parker has drained a lot of that battery in sector 1, which I think most drivers will be doing. How's he getting on as we come up to the sector 2 checkpoint? 6 tenths up, so 51.7. This is going to see himself into the top 5 here. Draining the battery as much as he can. Probably wants to go down to gear 5 there. Would have probably had a bit better revs and a bit better speed. Still a good lap though, so 15.1 puts himself in P3 above Burb, who's just dived into the pits. Just picky. Now the tier 1 commentator in the Haas, only Haas driver at the moment. 14.6 P3, good lap from him. DMS Racing, how's he getting on? 2.5 tenths up. That's got a lot of battery to use though. Nearly out of fuel as well, so he's going to have to be quick on the way back round. Get another couple of laps in, so 16.2 P9. Kurt's on the wet tyres, only driver on the wet tyres. He needs to switch over to the inters, because the whole grid are now on inters. And he's 117.3 down in P12. Only driver that he's beaten is Pepper's 127, which was on a proper lap. As Pepper rejoins the track now on inters as well. Jay's Parker into the pits. No one currently on a lap, are there? 6 figures, sorry. 6 tenths up into sector 1. And the track is dry in here. Shame it didn't dry quick enough for dry tyres at the end. Starting to see a dry air line, but it's not going to dry quick enough with the softs. All the best boys, cheers, hello. I think that's Sepoy from tier 1, who's racing in Austria in 2 days time. 8 PM UK, a sick pig comes up to the line, there's a 13.4 to make it an Alpine 1-2. Randro is flying, that's a purple sector in sector 2 for the Ferrari. Got Pepper just ahead of him, who's about to start a lap. Yeah, might affect him a tiny bit, but going to finish the lap off strong here. Would it be pole position? No, it won't. It's a 13.987, 2,000ths of a second ahead of Tino Tiberian to split the 2 Alpines to the front row of the grid. As he watches Pepper, who needs to drain that battery. Down these big straights here. Into sector 1. Very cautious on the exit. And again, we've had a bit of a glitch there. Not sure what's going on with Pepper's car. But on my screen, it's glitching absolutely everywhere. So I think Pepper's probably not in the best Wi-Fi, or maybe because he's so far west in the country. Is he off the track, or is he just... I'm not sure what's going on with Pepper's car. He's glitching absolutely everywhere. This is not the start to the season and a return to IRS that Pepper would have wanted. He is still on a lap though. Not sure what's happening to his car. Gonna have another chance. Alright, Randro saving up, getting ready for another lap. Backing off away from Pepper. Tiberian. He's gonna go for another one as well. Pepper's invalidated, so that might be his last chance. He's gonna get a bit of slipstream. Outlaw starting another lap. Has got another chance after this to do another one. I think Kentron's gonna be the last person to get another chance at another lap. He messes this one up. That was Burb crossing the line. Burb 14.4 that I said there, but I think it might have been validated somewhere. So Burb down in P7, championship leader after round 1. Struggling at the moment in this qualifying session. 4 temps up though. Into sector 1 alone. Bit of a rough exit with the rear tyres. Manages to get the traction down though. Right, let's see if Pepper's on a decent lap at all. I'm not sure what's going on with Pepper here. Sick Pig is out of the session. He's retired from the session. Tiberian in the Alpine, preparing for his last lap now. Randro in the Ferrari crosses the line. Doesn't improve, one more chance. Kentron. No time improvement for him. Burb sets the new fastest lap of 1:12.8. James Parker moving up to P5 in the Mercedes there. So can anyone beat that 12.8 from Burb? We've got Outlaw and Just Picky out on track. Just Picky flying at the moment, 6 temps up. He's going to cross the line. 13.6 P3. Lone Wolf P8. Got Aston Martin of Kurt, who's on the inters, but he's invalidated. He's going to finish his lap off though. Let's see where it could have been. 14.5 would have put in P8. Tiberian's invalidated. Outlaw's moved up to P2. 13.4. So Bourbon Outlaw in the front row of the grid at the moment, unless Randro can do anything about that. In the Ferrari. P3. 36 thousandths of a second behind the front row of Outlaw. And then we've got Kentron, who's going to cross the line and not improve. It was all over the place in qualifying. Yeah, on our screen as well it was Pepper. Glitching everywhere. So let's get the confirmation. Burb taking pole position for the second race in a row. First championship point of the day going to Burb. There's your confirmation of the 13 drivers and how they line up. I'll be back in about 30 seconds. Right, here we go then. Burb leading us away for the formation lap. Dry tyres. The sun's out. There's no rain at the moment. Not sure if there'll be any wet weather during the race. We'll find out. Let's see if Burb can hold off Outlaw on lap 1. Let's see if people can keep it clean in these early laps. Bit of a mixture of tyres. No one opting for the softs. Everyone going for the mediums or hards. Top 3 all on the mediums. Gonna try to break away from the guys behind. Showing a 3-stop if you use the softs. Crazy. So those tyres won't be used unless this is a safety car. But yeah, pretty quick formation lap here. Short lap. Bit of side-by-side action going on there with Kentrum and one of the Aston Martins. But here we go then. Up to their grid spots, they pull, ready to get us underway for round 2. We're at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg, Austria. Tier 2 drivers are lined up on the grid. We await the lights to come on. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here in Austria, and away we go. Burb's got a great start, so does Randro. So the Alpines. Sick Pig having a little look. There's contact. Just Picky's had a dive up the inside. Not sure who was that with, possibly with Randro, who's lost a couple of positions there, but Just Picky looked like he absolutely dive bombed it there into turn 1. We've got Jace Parker now having a look up the inside of the Ferrari. Lone Wolf in P7 with the 2 Aston Martins behind. Burb maintaining the lead of this one. Just Piggy down to P12, just in front of Pepper. He's at the back of the pack. Let's see if he can keep to the back of the pack. He needs to use a bit of ERS. This race is all about ERS. He's trying to stay within DRS, doesn't want to make any mistakes. Outlaw already pulling 1 second away from Sick Pig. So the top 2, Burb and Outlaw, are trying to push away from DRS. Sick Pig has managed to get himself just back inside that DRS range. So he's trying to push away from his teammate as well, runs a bit wide. That's going to cost him. Burb's absolutely drained his battery. He's trying to break the DRS from the guys behind and pull away. He's bringing Outlaw with him, but Outlaw's just keeping Sick Pig within the DRS, which is costing the top 2 a chance to break away here. Pepper's dropping back, he's not using enough ERS compared to everyone who's nearly drained all their battery. And Pepper just needs to use a bit more just to try to stay with these guys. ERS is a big thing here. Pepper used quite a lot. He's nearly back inside the DRS of the guys ahead. It's good work from Pepper there, keeping within the DRS. He can turn it off now because he's caught up, but good work from him. You can probably tell I'm doing a bit of coaching because he's not been driving for quite a while. Tino Taberan, who passed his lap. Alpine sticking in the DRS off the top 2. Bringing in Randro, Jace Parker. Tony's having a look at Jace Parker. Aston Martin, US Mercedes. 2 Alpines switching positions there. A bit of contact as well, that might cost them. Pepper's got past DMS Racing into P12. Has DMS Racing got some damage? Not quite. He's coming back at Pepper here. Gets the job done. Bit of battling going on with Kentrum, Just Picky and Lone Wolf. Tony and Jace Parker battling as well. Top 6 are starting to pull away here. The top 7, I should say. Still leading the way, 4 laps in. It's a long race, this one. You can easily lose concentration. You get to see a safety car. Could see one later on. Here comes Outlaw having a look at Ferb. Closest Outlaw's been within the first 4 laps. Trying to apply some ERS. He's got the DRS, he's trying to go for the move here. He's not waiting about, he's going to go to the inside and have a look at Ferb. Ferb's going to be able to brake late and defend it. Sick Pig and Teenage Tiberian still there. Landro just about within inside the DRS of the 2 Alpines. He doesn't have the outright pace like Ferb and Outlaw here on the mediums. Big moment there as well, that's going to cost him DRS. But the hard tyres starting to look a bit better here on the Alpines. First 3-second penalty of the day goes to Kurt. Here comes Tino Tiberian having a look at Outlaw. Bit of contact. Who's going to get a better exit? It's going to be the Alpine. This is going to help Ferb pull away ever so slightly. Well, who's that? That's Outlaw off into the wall. With wing damage as well. Tony's going to dive up the inside. And that's going to be Outlaw probably into an early pit stop. Unfortunately forcing himself into an early pit stop there maybe. Here comes Randro as well. Around the outside of Outlaw. He is indeed diving into the pits to change that front wing. Jace Parker picking up a 3-second time penalty as well. Just Picky back up to P7 now, trying to recover his race. Headler's losing touch from the back of the pack along with BMS Racing. Tino Tiberian now all over the back of Ferb. Runs a bit wide there. That's going to be a track limit penalty. Warning, sorry. That could have been another one there. But a bit of pressure on Ferb. Breaking the DRS of his teammate. A bit of a moment there. Sick Pig under pressure as well from Tony. TH. In the Aston Martin. They've dropped Randro and Jace Parker. Tony now having a look at Sick Pig. Tino Tiberian also having a look at Ferb. Brakes so much later there than the Alpine driver. Got such a better exit as well, but I don't think Ferb's going to be able to do anything about this with the DRS and the ERS from Tino Tiberian. Ferb's going to try to stick it around the outside. Great battling. Has to concede the position though. Entertaining race so far from Tier 2. Only 7 laps in. Jace Parker trying to close in to the back of Randro. top four. Now back within DRS of each other. Sick pig. Lighting up the rear tyres there as he comes back towards the gearbox of TH. Not close enough for a move. The hard tyres definitely the better tyres to be on right now. Outlaw down in P13 on those hard tyres. Only 2 lap old. Be intriguing to see where he finishes now. There's no safety car for the rest of the race. See if we can call back into the top 10. Tino Tiberian picking up a 3-second time penalty in the lead of this race. TH now pressurising Verb as well. Verb just draining that bit of battery just to defend from TH and goes up to the back. And Tino Tiberian, who for some reason lets Verb through, or just, I have no idea what he done there. Could have been a mistake, possibly a lock up. But it's just lost 2 positions. Chase Park getting past Randro. Kentrim up to P8, past Kurt in the McLaren. Kurt's still really close behind. Might have another chance the next lap. Kentrim runs a bit wide. Might have a chance here for Kurt. Backs out of it. Kentrim requires a bit of battery, tries to defend. Randro back past Chase Parker, who's into the pits. DMS Racing picking up a 3-second time penalty. Chase Parker onto a brand new set of hard tyres. We've got Lone Wolf also into the pits. Brand new set of hard tyres as well. Pepper just running a bit wide there. Really under big pressure from Outlaw. Pepper does have the DRS to try to defend, but here comes Outlaw just to run a bit of DRS. Moves at the inside. Pepper picks up a 3-second time penalty as well. Here comes TH on a move past Burb into turn 1. Tino Tiberian with a very good exit as well, but I think Burb's going to take this one. He's got the most ERS. Runs a bit wide though, he cost him the exit. Here comes Tony, who's got the DRS again. But Burb drains that battery, should be able to be enough to defend. Not quite. Does get a better exit though. He doesn't. For a second there, it looked like he was just about to be able to put up a better exit and defend from TH, who now takes the lead. Kurt and Kentrim still battling. Burb's into the pits, along with Tino Tiberian. Oh, Burb absolutely slamming on the brakes there. Locking up the rear tyres as well, drifting into the box. Onto a brand new set of mediums for Tino Tiberian. Hard for Burb. Kentrim in the background as well. He's onto a brand new set of mediums. TH in the lead of this one on the hard tyres. Who are yet to stop? So top 4 yet to stop. DMS Racing and Pepper also yet to stop. Got Lone Wolf and Pepper about to battle. 10-second pit lane penalty for Just Picky. He's been speeding. That Sick Pig also leaves the pits. Not ran a set of mediums. Just Picky's gonna rejoin behind a gaggle of cars there. Who's that? Chase Parker leading Randro, followed by DMS Racing. Outlaw had a big moment into turn 1 there. He's going to get the pressure from Just Picky. Pepper loses the position to Lone Wolf. Kentram's having a look as well. And Kurt's coming behind. Pepper runs really deep and he's struggling a lot with that corner as Pepper and loses 2 positions. Tino Tiberium and Burb on different strategies here. I think they're both going to go on to a set of mediums at the end as well. We've got DMS Racing into the pits in the Mercedes, onto a brand new set of medium tyres for him. He's going to rejoin behind Pepper in the last position. As Randro makes a move past Chase Parker, they're side by side coming out the exit. Chase Parker's going to have the DRS. And he's going to be able to defend this one. Just quickly getting past Outlaw as well. He's back into the top 10 in P8. Burb has been really strong on his outlaps here on these hard tyres. Trying to break the DRS on Tino Tiberium. Not quite worked. Almost did. Tino Tiberium with half the battery that he can use here just to catch up with Burb. Just Picky with a new fastest lap and starting to show some pace here in the Haas. Less fuel in the tank. Some drivers will start to feel more comfortable. While drivers struggle with a fuel tank. It's full as Randro makes a move on Chase Parker. Again, it looks like a carbon copy of what happened a lap ago. This time Randro is able to get back past. No one got the DRS. So it's the battle of DRS. As Burb loses the position to Tino Tiberium now. T8 still out on track. Is he going for the 1-stop? I think... Who will go for the 1-stop here? It's looking quite intriguing. Because if TH can go another 4 or 5 laps on these hards, they'll be able to box for a set of mediums and might run to the rest of the race. I'm not sure what the tyre wear is like here at Austria in the new game. I'm not going to race yet. That Burb's really close to Tino Tiberium, has a bit of a moment though. It's Just Picky trying to get past Chase Parker. Gets the job done. And goes hunting after Randro, who's in the top 5 in his debut. Lone Wolf closing up to the back of Kurt. A lot of drivers down the back with drive-through penalties, with penalties, sorry. Pepper's now into the pits, quite a way off the field. So Tino Tiberian, 13 seconds behind TH, and closing in massively. Yellow flag. What's happened there? That is Outlaw. Not sure what's happened to Outlaw. He might have spun into the pits there. And that might be an accidental pit, and he's retired from the session in the box. So that's Outlaw out of the race. Pepper's still with 100% battery. Not sure why he's not using it, just to push her on. And for some reason, Outlaw's car just stopped in the middle of the pit exit. Luckily no one's driving into the pits yet. Herb and Pino, a second quicker than TH that lap. This should be a brilliant strategy here from the Aston Martin driver who's going for a one stop. Here comes Burb, back up into P2. Or is it? Tino, trying to outbrake him, has a bit of a moment, goes wide, it's another 3 seconds. Burb able to push away there, 1.8 seconds in that straight alone. Let's see what Burb can do. Can he catch up to TH? We're still waiting for him to box. Lone Wolf right on the back of Kurt. Kentrum having a good race as well, trying to get himself high up into the top 10. Let's remember as well, point scoring this year is a bit different. They'll score from first position to 15th in points, so all these 12 drivers will have points today. TH really showing some good pace. Burb only took about 7 attempts at that. Just picking, having a look at Randro. Not quite close enough. Here comes Lone Wolf. And Kentrum, also there. Who's going to get a better exit? Kurt with the better exit and the DRS to defend. Here comes Kentrum on Lone Wolf. And Lone Wolf, who was battling with Kurt there, trying to make one position, ends up losing a position. So Kentrum, who's on those medium tyres, trying to push on and get past Kurt. This might be a battle for P7 here, because Just Picky has got a 10-second time penalty. Bet he will serve at his next stop. He's still waiting for the race leader to pit. Burb now taking the second out of that of TH. Able to put away from Tino as well. Tino Tiberian not able to get back in the DRS of Burb as of yet. Has closed the gap down a little bit. It's 1.4 seconds. It was 1.9. It's just Picky still not able to get past Randros. Now we see the race leader into the pit. Those hard tyres, no doubt. Absolutely written off. He's going to be on to a set of mediums then. And he's going for the one stop. 15 laps on those mediums. Can he do it? Would be very impressive if he can. Kurt picks up a 3 second. We got Sick Pig into the pits as well. So TH rejoining in P3, just ahead of Andrew. He's going to get a bit of DRS here to help him defend from Just Picky, who's been trying to find a way past in the last couple of laps here. And one retiree, which was Outlaw, who retired in the pits. No safety car. In these 21 laps. Burb back out in front. Well, what is he doing for strategy? That's the question. Is he trying to go to the end? You know, Tiberians into the pits. He's on a 2-stop as well, so TH has absolutely smashed this 1-stop. I think he's going to win this race by quite a distance. Maybe about 10 seconds maybe. He could end up winning this race if there's no more safety cars. Kentrum now picking up a 3-second time penalty. Let's have a look at the penalties actually. 10 seconds for Just Picky, 6 seconds for Tino, James Barker, Kentrum, Kurt, and DMS Racing and Pepper, both in 3 seconds. Just Picky still not able to get past Randro. He's now up into a podium position. We'll keep an eye on the gap between the top two as well. Because we're expecting Burb to come in again. We're not too sure though. If Burb will risk it or not. I think the tyres won't work again for Burb, I think. Can't know, 1-stop. From here with 11 lap hards already, will be a bit of an ask. DMS Racing now making that 6 seconds. Down in P11. Not having the best of races today, DMS Racing. Had a very good round 1 in Silverstone. But not working out for him at the moment. Tensions into the pits. He's got wing damage as well. That's a set of hard tyres for him. He's going to rejoin ahead of Pepper, who's coming down the main straight right now. Hasn't been lapped yet, which is pretty good to be fair, considering he hasn't raced in about 2 years. Got a lot of practice to do. We'll go on board with him up the hill, but very good to see Pepper back racing here at IRS and admin since the start. Been here probably since season 1 or 2, I can't remember what season he actually joined. Been that long ago, my memories are a bit shifted. But Jace Parker now into the pits for his 2nd stop. He's in P7, we've got Lone Wolf in the RB as well. Debut race for him. Currently inside the top 10, but yeah, the pace probably should be a bit higher than this, I reckon. I think he's a bit out of position in this race. He joins the P10. Very close to the barrier down the exit, but has gained some time in Kentrum, who did have that wing change. But let's see what Lone Wolf can do now. He has got a lot of drivers ahead of him with penalties. Let's see if he can try to close up to the back of DMS Racing, Jace Parker and Kurt, and get himself P7 in this race. Could be more. Just Picky's yet to box as well. Actually, Just Picky's into the pit right now. He's going to be serving a 10-second time penalty. Be interesting to see where he rejoins in all of this. Here's Jace Parker Kurt going by as well. Andrews through up the pits. Just Picky's going to rejoin just ahead of DMS Racing then. Lap 25 in this race. TH has closed the gap down to Burb, 2.9 seconds. We see Burb into the pits as we speak about the gap. TH absolutely smashed it with one stop. He's going to be about 15 seconds ahead, I think, maybe more, than Burb in a 10 lap race to the end. It's 11 seconds right now. It's going to be more than that, 20 seconds maybe. Tino Tiberian jumped Burb, who's now down in P3. He might lose another position to Sick Pig here. So the gap between Tino Tiberian and TH is 11.5 seconds. That's the difference between the one stop. So retirement from Kurt then in the pits. Not sure why that is. He's having a good race there. But that's Kurt into the pits then and out of the session, which will move everyone up a position who was behind. Kentron off into P10. Pepper's going to be a P11 as he jumps into the pits. For his last stop, nearly crashes by doing so. Still a yellow flag out there. No safety car, which is good. But yeah, what a strategy from TH. He's up 8 positions as well into the race lead. Let's see if Tino Tiberian and Burb can somehow catch that gap up. It'd be a mega ask, considering there's only 5 laps difference between the tyres. DMS Racing, he's into the pits for the final time today. He's going to rejoin behind Kentron in P10. Lone Wolf now picking up a 3-second time penalty. As TH actually dives into the pits. Okay, I was not expecting that. I thought he was going for the magic 1 stop, which probably would have worked. Unless he was thinking his tyres were going off too much towards the end. As I dived back in for the soft set. So this is going to be a battle between probably Burb and TH for the win here due to the 6 seconds of Tino Tiberian. So let's see if Burb can push on these mediums. Try to defend the gap to TH, so Sick Pig not too far away, too far away as well there, getting the words mumbled up, losing concentration. We'll have a look at the point scoring one more time. Here's 30 points for a race win, 26 points for P2. 24 points for P3, 22 points for P4, 20 points for P5, that's the top 5. Pepper picking up another 3-second time penalty, who's down in P11 at the moment and will be scored 8 points. Yeah, a bit of a different point scoring system this time round as Burb is closing the gap for Tino Tiberian. TH also trying to close the gap to Burb. He's going to have 3 or 4 laps, I'd say, to do it before his tyres actually go off. Sick Pig got absolutely dropped by TH, or must have made a mistake somewhere because he was only 1.7 seconds behind. Vandro gapped James Parker by 6 seconds. He's on for a very good finish here. P5, which will be 20 points. Just picky, not too far behind James Parker. 6th and 7th for these guys. 18 and 16 points, which will be pretty good. Lone Wolf looking at 14 points in P8. Kenchum looking at 12. Got a yellow flag, and that is Lone Wolf, who has spun and has got wing damage. There's another yellow flag as well, that's Randro, who spun into the wall, who's having such a good race. Maybe it was the commentator's curse. He's going to be dropping down to P7 behind Just Picky. There's a yellow flag from Lone Wolf, and that could be a safety car. It's not going to see a safety car. The car's back running. Not sure why Lone Wolf's crashed out though. But we're not seeing a safety car then. Oh, someone's going really slow there. That is the retired car of Lone Wolf, nearly getting in the way of the leaders there. As we've got a three-way battle for the lead, all within DRS on each other now. Trying to defend from TH, who's catching up behind. Not inside the DRS of Tino. Has just got it for the second DRS zone. Might be able to defend from Tony, which he's able to do. Randro's into the pits. He's got wing damage, so he's going to change onto a brand new set of softs. As Pepper's letting James Parker by. Pepper's up to P10 now. Rando's going to fall back behind DMS Racing by the looks of it. On the exit here, DMS Racing should be able to get just ahead. There he is. So Rando might be able to finish back in P7 there, due to the penalties from Kenchum and DMS Racing on the softs as well. Back up to the top though, because now we're getting quite tense. 4 laps to go. And Burbs is looking a way past Tino. James Parker picking up another time penalty. As Burb tries to take the lead in this race. Tino's going to have the DRS. Burb absolutely drains his battery to keep the lead. Tony's having a look around the outside of Tino. Couldn't quite get the space, gets the cutback though. He's up the in, going to be around the outside for the next corner. Tino defends it. But Tony with a great switchback on the better tyres. Bit of contact, pushes Tino wide. Got Randro getting past DMS Racing into turn 1 there. But Burb's in the lead of this one. Has saved up some battery as well. Tony with a much better exit though. Does Burb defend it here. Tony's out of battery. Not able to close up with the DRS. Looks up the inside. Burb's able to defend it. Bad exit from Burb though. He now deploys the DRS to defend as Randro spun around again. Down in P9. Just Picky making a move past James Parker. TH spinning nearly, trying to make a move past Burb. Randro into the pit as well. Hopefully that's not retirement so far to the end. Might as well complete it and get some points, but it's not going to be the case. Randro's going to be into the pits and retiring from the race, which could have been 12 points. for the Ferrari. Still it's going to be 0. Actually, he might get some points there because he's retired on a 90% rule. Here comes TH again up the inside, Sick Pigs into the pits, along with Just Picky. So that's not Just Picky, that's a retired car. Who's that? That's Riandro's car just rejoining that, so Sick Pig. Let's just dive into the pits there right at the end of the soft tyres. There's no championship point for fastest lap, so if he's done that, he's just cost himself some points. As TH still looking for a way past on Verb. As we're about to start the penultimate lap of this race. Tony with the DRS, trying to take his first ever race win in IRS. Verb, the championship leader, who won his first race after about 570 days last week. Here comes Tony up the inside, looking for a way past. Verb gets the better exit though, and he's able to push away with the ERS. Here comes Tino, having a look at Tony. There's contact, and that's Verb spun round, and I'm not sure what's happened there, but I think that could be a possible penalty for Tony and Tino Tiberian there. Because Tony sort of moved on the braking, which sent Tino Tiberian into the side of him. And I'm not sure about that one. We could see that it is the reports. It was getting also tense and close. We're about to start the last lap. It's going to be a controversial last lap. We know that incident's going to be going into the stewards room now, and we're unsure what's going to be happening with the final results. But as of right now, TH is in the lead, and more than likely will be winning it on track unless he gets a penalty or spins out somewhere in this last section. Sick Pig with the new fastest lap, 105.7. As we're going through sector 2 for the final time. TH leading the way. Ahead of Verb and Tino Tiberian a long way back, but is on a very good result, which will be P3 in his first podium. As TH comes across the line to take victory, a very controversial victory here in the Red Bull Ring. Verb's going to come home in P2 and maintain the championship lead. Tino Tiberian will come home for P3 and the podium. Just Picky has going to come up for P4 by the looks of it. Very good result for him. Might actually lose P4 to Sick Pig, but for now, Just Picky P4 ahead of Jace Parker. Sick Pig crosses the line, moves up to P5, and then we're going to have Pepper Slig, who's a lap behind, will be crossing home for P9 in his return to IRS, and will be scoring 12 points. Kentrum is going to be coming home in P7, a few seconds up the road, in front of PMS Racing for P8. And that is the end of round 2, as PMS Racing with a lovely finish there. A lovely spin across the line from DMS Racing, who finishes P8 and scores himself 14 points. There's your race winner, TH, which could be changed after the steward's decision. We're not sure. Was it Tino Tiberian who made the mistake, lunging down the inside? Was it TH that moved on the braking, which caused Tino to go into the side of him and lose control into the side of Verb? We are not sure, but the results will definitely come out very soon. Driver of the day, I think we're still going to have to give it to TH regardless. That one stop did look like it was going to be a great plan. Did end up boxing, charged down Burb and Tina, and has took the result and the race win. We'll find out in a couple of days after the show's decision who's actually won that race, if there will be any changes. But thank you for watching. It's been a very interesting one, entertaining race for tier 2. Hopefully we see some more drivers turn up next week. I know a few drivers unable to race this week for certain reasons, but I'm hoping that we might see some of them back next week. We'll tune in to tier 1 on Tuesday, 8 PM UK time for their round 2 in Austria. So until then, peace out.